Hey guys, yeah, so this is your mentor, Nhlaka. Yeah, so today we are on the GBP NZD. I was just analyzing, playing with the charts, and then I saw this amazing setup, and it just fits, into my trading plan, so I thought I should share with you guys. So I'm going to show you how I got to this type of analysis that I have here, and the reason for my bias in this market, and the reason for my bias in this market. But um, let's just, get straight to it. So I started on the daily time frame. The daily time frame, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? No, the weekly time frame, I mean. So this is how we analyze. We just mark our pivotal points or turning points, just our turning points. Yeah, just our turning points. Turning points, we have to know the range we are trading in. We have to know the range. It's very important that we know the range, that we know that are we in an uptrend or a downtrend or in a correction phase. Those are the most important things, that you should know, like when looking at the charts, know the nature of the market, know what price is doing. And then so I'll just get straight to it. This is GBP NZD weekly time frame. So yeah, we saw that price, it found an area of supply here, and then it just dropped drastically, down to this area of demand. We know that price respects the areas of supply and demand. Yeah. So that's why we have these rays, to mark our area of like our areas of potential supply and demand. So as I was just playing with this chart, I saw that okay, price reached our demand zone, our demand zone, and then it gave us something that is beautiful. It gave us a beautiful bullish pin bar. It gave us a pin bar, which is which is a reversal candlestick, provided that it occurs or it forms in an area of supply or demand. So right here in this case, we find this this pin bar. We find this hammer or pin bar in our area of demand. So we are expecting a reversal. We are expecting price to reverse and maybe reverse, and maybe it will reverse to our area of supply. So okay, we have a pattern here. I saw that we have a pattern. I identified the pattern. I quickly identified the pattern, because it's all in my mind is something that is on a trading plan. So it's important that you have a trading plan, something that you will follow, something that you've seen that it works, and then you just apply it, on the live markets. So this is the pattern that I have here. So yeah, so this is the pattern that I have. Yeah, so we are expecting price to do something like this. We are expecting price to do something like this. So how do you approach this pattern? Like, how do you approach it? Okay, we now are aware of this of this pattern, and then it's just so easy. You just mark your areas of supply and demand, your turning points, and then this is our turning point. Above this, we are waiting for something that's more like a correction, and then price will move to the upside. That's exactly what we are waiting for. And then just to add to the confluence, we see that price was in a correction phase. Now it might be starting an impulse phase. As price was approaching this area of demand, it made a correction. It made a correction, and according to the books, this type of correction, it's a bullish pattern. This is a bullish pattern. It's a bullish reversal pattern. We had something like this. Let me move on a 4-hour time frame so you can see it clearly. So we have something like this. No, not this one. So we saw price, and then we saw price bouncing, bouncing and bouncing and bouncing, correcting, and then it just broke, this trend line. Then right now, what we are expecting, and then what are we expecting? We are expecting something like this. We are expecting something like this to the upside. We are expecting something like this. Yeah, so we are expecting price to retest and then continue, moving upside. So this is how you will trade, GBP and ZD. You will first have to wait for a correction. You first have to wait for a correction, and then wait for a breakout or wait for a smaller correction right here, and then execute your buy, have your stop loss below this point, and then have your take profit here. So let me show you guys how it's, well, yeah. Well, let's say that, there's some type of a correction. Yeah, we've had our impulse, then we are now in a correction phase, and then you would just, like when it breaks, you just place your buy, and you place your buy, and you set your take profit and your stop loss. So our take profit is right here. Then our stop loss is just below this. And then you have a nice 1:4 risk to reward ratio. And then, yeah, that's it. I'm just gonna keep things simple. Yeah. So we'll move to JPP AUD thing. That is also familiar to that. I'll start on the weekly time frame. I'm not going to start all over again. I think you've all have grasped how I analyze. So I marked my areas of supply and demand, and then the pivot points, the turning points, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. And then price, and when price reached this point, it showed us a huge rejection, which can be seen on the weekly time frame. Yeah, and then on the daily time frame, this is what we have. So one would argue that this was a correction point. This was a correction phase. This is a correction phase. Indeed, it was. Indeed, this was a correction phase. Let me just remove this. This was a correction phase. Yeah. So we have broke this structure. We have broke this structure. So what we are expecting right now is a correction. We are expecting correction, and then we move to the upside, and then our take profit just yeah, take profit just yeah, and then this is how I would enter. This is how I would enter. Then have a wide stop loss. Just give it a little bit of room. Just give it a little bit of room. So I would execute on the 1 hour time frame. Then I would have a stop loss like this. Yeah, I would have something like this. Give it a little bit more, like a little bit of room. Give it some space. So that it can breathe. So that I can be comfortable knowing that my stop loss is in the right place. Placing your stop losses is very important. Like, it's very important. You should know where to place your stop loss. That should every trader should know that. Where exactly can they place their stop loss. Yeah, and then I would have something like this, and then this would be, and then if price went up, and then this would be our nice risk to reward ratio, which is 4%. Yeah, this is exactly what I'm expecting for this week. I hope you will have a wonderful time with your families. Not many many people are on break right now because they'll be with their families. They'll be spending time with their families, but no time for no time for fooling around. We have to work. We have to work. So this is this is the setup that I have for this week. I hope you guys will have a wonderful week, and good luck, guys. To your trading week. I hope you'll have a good one.